Hey y'all, welcome back to the Chainsaw Canuck. So we got the 024 on the bench here, and as promised, I'm going to port this thing. So we're going to start tearing it down and do some port numbers and stuff like that. Of course, I'm not completely ready for this, but so that does not need to be there. That can be right there. How's everyone doing? Did everyone have a good Easter? I'm not a religious man at all, but whatever, get a meal with family and stuff like that, just like Christmas or any other religious day or even Thanksgiving. So, got this dirty old 024, which cuts pretty decent. The first time I cut with it, I was a little disappointed because it was pretty slow, but then I remembered it's only 42 cc's or 41 cc's, or 41 and a half. So first off, we're going to do a compression test and see where we're at. I do have new rings coming for this, so because I think this saw might, I mean, it's in good shape, but I think it's definitely seen some use. So I think last time I tested it was sitting at like 140, I think. I ran this thing today a bit, just playing in the backyard, and ran great actually. Oh, hot dog. Anyways, let's do a compression test. 15 pulls like always. Now we're sitting at 150 psi, which ain't bad. I've come to the realization that older steel saws just are not super high compression saws compared to some other brands. Like I even have old home lights that have a lot of compression. So where to start with this guy? I'll take the muffler off because the muffler can't be there. And I already modded this muffler, so I don't think for the test I'm not going to do anything more. Because this is one of those saws where I kind of want it to look stock. It's dark in there. It's really dark in there. Might smell gas. Hopefully the wife doesn't smell gas. Then we'll have an issue. This muffler needs good scrub. If you watch the previous videos with this saw, there's so much carb in this muffler. But all the port itself looks not too bad. Wow. That was one dirty muffler. Okay. Tip that up, get the carbon that just dropped into the cylinder out. And that. Now. Okay. It's actually a metal exhaust gasket. Interesting. Oh, I really gotta lose weight. I so need to lose weight. Okay, so the muffler there. That in there. What happened to the other bolts for the outside part? There's that. Everything where it should be. I'm going to take timing numbers, so we got to take all the recoil off, obviously. Actually, I'll have to order myself some of these, because the 034 don't have them. Okay. It's going to smell gas because I don't have the fuel cap on tight enough. Go. Okay, so we got to pull the flywheel off so we get some timing numbers on this little bad boy. Is that the right size? Probably not. No, it's probably this guy right here. Perfect. This battery needs a little charge. You can charge up. And that's just that tight. Huh. Weird. Okay, so that's that piece. Oh, look at that up here. Don't mind if I do. Some good old PBR. So, I'm going to pause you guys for a moment. Okay, so I found the old flywheel tool. Hopefully it works on this saw as well. There we go. That is one thing I like about steel saws. The tool set up to remove flywheels is so simple. Like it's Cadillac. Just like so. Okay, so we got that guy off. That doesn't sound good. Anyways, we got that. Okay, we gotta take more stuff off here. Get the carburetor out of the way. I'm gonna rebuild the carb too, because I do have parts to rebuild the carb. That will be off camera because it's rebuilding carburetor. It's not rocket science, right? Okay, so get that off there. One thing I don't like about this model is it's kind of like the 038 where the choke is integrated into the air filter, which I'm not the biggest fan of. I mean, it's not, you know, like a deal breaker or anything by any means. Huh. Apparently, that air filter is what also holds the carburetor on, which is actually very, very surprising. That should just pop out of there, right? Maybe? I've never been to one of these, so it's kind of going to pop out of there. Maybe? Maybe? Huh. Oh, there's that thing there and that thing there. We'll just try to pull. Oh, there we go. It'll come out. What was blinding was the rubbers that kind of regret not taking the bar off this silly thing. Well, let's see if I can get that throttle off there. Can't even see where it's hooked into. Yeah. Okay, so there's a few things about this saw that I do not care for, and that's one of them. Okay, it's just hooked in there. So if I can find some needle nose pliers, it should be like an 038 or even the 034 where you just kind of pull it back and it should pop out of the little hook it's sitting in. I think. So if I go forward with that, new saw problems. Just trying to figure out the best way to get the throttle off. So if I open up to full throttle, that should just pluck right out of there. Can't see what I'm doing, but if you've been into one of these, you're probably like, oh yeah, that's the way you gotta do that. Or not. Why won't that come out? It's just there. There it is. So it should just like pluck out. Can't see if there's not a lot of visibility here. It's kind of a tight carb compartment, but okay, so let's try and do this a little better. Full throttle. Some of those pliers. Let's try and grab it from back here. Heard today they're tearing down the Tropicana in Vegas. It's actually there a couple years ago and like probably needs to be torn down. Looking pretty rough when we were down there, but it's kind of like a Vegas staple. Why? I'm being such a dildo. Oh my god. I'm gonna pause you guys for a bit while I swear and try and rip this guy out. Okay, well I ended up taking this piece off and the safety interlock went flying. I'll have to find that. Not gonna worry about it right now. Because it did go flying, I'm not sure where. But anyways. But now I can just take the throttle shaft out of there and maybe that was the easier solution all along. The carb says stihl on it, so I'm guessing it's one of those Zama carburetors. Which, I mean, they're fine, I guess. Okay, what is that? Oh, it's a Walbro, which means I have a kit for it. Which I'm perfectly okay with. Okay, that choke linkage. Oh yeah, it should have came out of there, but it didn't. So that would have been there like so. Yeah, it should have come out of there. Oh, wait, like that. That's how it would have sat. Okay, I can see why it didn't come out. Anyways, not a bad looking carb. The Venturi's definitely a decent size compared to some other saws in the same displacement range. Okay, now what do we got here now? So we got to take that ring out of there. Little brass ring. I can just sit with the carb. Actually, the carb has to go over here because I'm going to be porting this, which will be up on the bench there. Okay, so, but either way, I'm ready to do some numbers. Okay, so, let's get that. Who knows, maybe the numbers on this thing are like really cool and doesn't need any work. Haha, right. Okay, so get the chuck on flywheel keys in there, which will help prevent this from spinning at all. Turn that bad boy on. And that just fell right off. It's not a good start. Okay, zero that guy out. Zero that guy out. Go back this way. 37, so we'll take that to 19. Zero that guy. Turn off kilter. Screw that in a bit. So got a little 10.3 there. Spin around the other way. I'll do this again. Zero that. Go back the other way. 19 with 20, so we'll take that to 10. Always bugs me when there are people that don't like the whole digital way that I'm doing it, or they like the wheel, but I really don't think it makes any difference. Okay, we are zeroed. We are zeroed, which I like that a lot. Okay, so need my book. We'll get the book out. Find some kind of pen device that might work. This one should work. So, stihl M024. No MS on this guy. This guy don't need no MSs. Okay, so I'm gonna zero that guy. Shove this down the hole. So the exhaust opens at do that again. That's why I'm going to double check if I'm zeroed here, because that number was a little surprising, but it is what it is. Okay, so put 8.3. Go the other way. 8.4. So yeah, we are zeroed. Okay. Let's check this guy again there, eh? Well, opens right about Okay, so the exhaust opens at 101. So I guarantee you we're not going to be doing anything with the exhaust height. We're going to take the base gasket off, which is probably going to take it to 100, but kind of is what it is, I guess. Okay, so let's see if we can find some transfers. Okay, transfers are right there. Are they right there? Let's take another look at this thing, eh? $37. So the transfer's open to 127. TR 127, which gives us 26 degrees of blowdown, which I'm gonna raise that a little bit. Okay, so we're gonna raise that a little bit. Intake. Let's find our intake now. Intake is at 67 degrees. 67. Which gives us 134 degrees duration, which we're going to increase that a little bit, not a ton. It's just a small little saw, isn't it? We're going to check the squish now, and we'll also check the squish after. This whole thing, if I can find my stupid calipers, but yeah, we'll see if it shows up on this 40 thousandths of an inch solder. Hopefully it will. But it does not. Wow. So we got some space here. Yeah, touch there. But there's really not a lot of If I can find my thicker solder, there it is, dry lint. I'll try some thicker solder. This is 50 thou solder. And we'll turn over. Where's the flywheel? Okay. It did squishy things. So we got 32 thou there. Check another spot. How thick is this solder? Oh, it's 063. It's like 16 gauge solder. Okay, we'll go on the other side here. Check that again. What do we have now? Zeroed. It's 29 thou. So I think once the base gasket's gone, it should be acceptable. We'll call that acceptable because that's all it will be. Okay, where is? Let's pull this cylinder off and see what we got. I don't know if it's open path transfer or closed transfer. There, don't want to lose these head bolts. Can only do so much tonight because my new rings are coming. Actually, tomorrow's gonna be 22 degrees Celsius here. That's probably like 72 Fahrenheit tomorrow. So I'm probably just gonna spend some time out my evening outside because you know what, it's gonna be nice. Everyone likes nice weather, right? That boot's really hard. It's solid. That boot's seen better days. Okay. There we go. What's that one? That's the other head bolt. These head bolts in a safe place. So it's a closed port cylinder, obviously. Piston, how's the piston look? So I mean, this saw's in good shape, like it is in good shape, but it has been used. So I think it'll benefit nicely from new rings. Cylinder. The cylinder couldn't be in better shape really. It's 100% blemish free. And there's some polishing marks, but that's all those are, is polishing marks, you know what I'm talking about. But, yeah, I'm sure we can do something with this cylinder here. Lower the lowers, raise the uppers. It's actually a really nice looking cylinder, really. Yeah, it's actually a really nice looking cylinder. There's some crud in here, though. I don't know what it is. No, we'll clean all that up. It's a tiny baby little cylinder, but, we're going to do some cool things with this. This boot's a little hard. There's a steel boot. Make sure this is actually a 42mm setup. Millimeters. Yeah, 42mm. So how thick this base gasket is here. Just a little chunk of it. Don't drop. Let's see what the little chunk says. Yes, it's 15 thousandths of an inch. So we're going to tighten the squish up quite a bit in this situation. That thing's clean. Like, I mean, it's used, but it's... Someone took care of this thing, which is cool. And the cylinder will port nicely. Like I said, I'm not doing anything with the exhaust. I'm just going to raise the transfers, lower the intake a tad, and that's about it. And just some flow work, but yeah. I'm surprised how... I'm going to take one of these rings off and check the ring gap. Or I don't have feeler gauges here, so it's going to be an eyeball kind of situation. Ooh, these rings don't have a lot of spring left in them either. So yeah, the ring gap, I'll push this down further because some people say it gets tighter as you go. No. The ring gap on here, I'm just eyeballing it, is, and I work with metal, so I know gauges. So I would say a piece of 18 gauge would slip in there, so that'd be like 50 thousandths of an inch. So that's a lot of ring gap. So this thing will definitely like the new rings, which should be in tomorrow. Anyway, so I'm going to do some port work on the cylinder off camera, just port stuff. And then bring you guys for part 2. Probably not tomorrow, probably until Wednesday. So like I said, tomorrow's going to be nice. I just want to relax, have a couple beer outside, and that's it. Anyways, take her easy.